Well, the day has arrived. It's 2018 and it's my birthday. So yeah, I've left work early and the rest of the weekend is mine, well, until Saturday anyway. So first thing to do is to open up and update this computer.
I've got no clue what you're thinking. You pull your hand away from mine. Shifty eyes and indecision.
So the video has arrived, and as I mentioned before, first thing to do is to upgrade the computer. So got my tools on the floor. Yeah, got my tools. A set of screws I got cheap off eBay, and yeah, here we go. Right, turn the machine over, find the right socket, find the right spanner, find the right screw, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to do this quick because I've only got limited time, well, got places to be, so here we go. So this is something that I've done a few times with this, and it is fairly straightforward on this machine. So if you have one of these older MacBook Pros, don't feel afraid to take it apart and replace the bits that can be replaced, such as the hard drive, the RAM, even the battery. And while we're here, 2018 has been an interesting year so far. Well, very interesting for me. As I said, the beginning of the year was spent in Uganda, a couple of weeks, and it was a good time. Went to the national park. My sister decided that we're going to go, and it worked out really well. So eventually came back flying. The trip back was fairly uneventful, which is just a moment. So let's go a phone call. Somebody trying to ask me about an accident I had, a car accident, which I haven't actually been in at all. That's the second time that person's phoned me up, and it's getting annoying. Well, hopefully it's not going to happen again, but we'll see. Next time I think I'll just record it and try to, make fun of it, of the whole thing. Anyway. So 2018, I did something that I hadn't done in a long time, that I should have done, really. I went to the dentist. Yeah, hard to believe, yeah. But I had something jammed in my teeth late last year, and it felt like there was something actually stuck in my teeth there, and I couldn't actually move it. It turned out to be a piece of broken tooth, so I double check we're recording. So I decided to go visit the dentist because it started getting a bit uncomfortable up there. So that needed to be done. First visit to the dentist, he had a good look and said that I'm going to need to have a couple of fillings and an extraction. The tooth that was broken was too damaged to replace or to fix by filling, so yeah, that happened. Anyway, it went over fairly straightforwardly. Well, actually it didn't because filled in a bit of tooth and then started to remove the offensive tooth, and that really didn't work. Hard drive is out. Little sticky thing, put it there, and so getting that particular tooth out was quite a challenge for the dentist. Turns out that the tooth at that particular side, because of where it was, it's just on the corner of the drawer. There's that gap there. It's on the corner of the drawer where these things are difficult to remove. So I found the right tool for this job. So took her half an hour pulling, and eventually got it out, but she needed help from the other dentist. So that was a bit challenging. Anyway, it meant that the job wasn't finished first time, so I had to go back a second time to do the other filling. So what should have been a straightforward job took a bit longer than anticipated. So, but you know, that's fine. I also started wearing glasses last year, 2017, and that's another thing that I'm having difficulty getting into touch with. So, you know, one, they're expensive, glasses, and two, it's annoying having to put glasses on every time I need to read something, or put glasses on if I want to see where I'm going outdoors. So that's getting annoying. But you know, that's life, man. So yeah. So remove the little screws out of the hard drive as little stubs, and don't get that. Oh, flip a neck. Anyway, let's remove. So that was one of the things that happened this year. My next appointment is in November, so just under 2 months time, 6 weeks. So hopefully that'll be fairly straightforward. So that's pretty much been my 2018 year. Dentists and opticians. Because I should have mentioned the. There it goes. The other medical things I didn't mention were the epilepsy, because I had seizures for the first time in a long time in 2016, which again I didn't mention, but you don't really need to know that. Of course, because they happened at work, that meant that you know, forms had to be filled in, and I had to go to the hospital in an ambulance. That was annoying, because effectively all they did was, you know, just do a quick checkup, blood tests and stuff, you know, tell them what was going on. It's epilepsy, so I just go back home, sleep it off, which really is the only thing you can do, and yeah, go back to work the next day. You know, for this 50th birthday, I had considered doing something for charity, like you know, I'd quite like to go skydiving, but something, whatever. I didn't go to all the trouble of looking into it because I wouldn't know what to do. But if I do go skydiving, I'll probably be raising money for an epilepsy charity or something like that. Research into epilepsy, because yeah, something that because you never hear about people suffering from epilepsy much at all. It's one of those disabilities that's pretty much invisible. You know, but would it surprise you to know that more people die because of epilepsy in Britain anyway than die from AIDS? But so yeah. Anyway, let's tree things up a bit. How are we getting on with this? This little screw is refusing to go in. There you go, got it. So what we have here, so this was a birthday present from from the boss at work. So yeah, 500 gigabyte solid state hard drive. Drop C. So I'm not working on my normal workbench. I'm working at on the kitchen counter because the lighting is pretty good here. So I've already copied this drive, which is the my backup drive, onto here. As you can see, they're both 500 gigabyte. And I also bought myself a new hard drive, which I'm using as the time machine backup on the Mac, and so that should help with keeping my data. Have I put this in the right way around? Yes, it's the right way around. Just got to get screwed in. Come on, get in there. Wrong tip. That might help. We've got the new one in. Looking at the clock. So hopefully when I turn it on, it should boot up in the normal fashion. I used a program, free to download software called Super Duper, which is basically carbon copy cloner. Super Duper cloner, which basically clones the hard drive. So basically clones this internal hard drive to the other hard drive. So it means that when you swap them over, the computer should not notice any difference between the two. And right, so hard drive is in, everything's connected properly. So plug this back in, plug in the power, plug in the battery, and right, let's so that was a good idea. Just turn it on before you close it back up. Just check that everything's connected. That's a good sign. So waiting for Apple. It's taking a while. What's going on here? Worst case scenario is if this doesn't take, I can just use the time machine backup to reinstall everything. Yeah, this is worrying. Oh, there you go, Apple. Oh, that's quick. Rebooting, I think. Yeah, just where the term booting comes from computers, you know. Reboot, boot. Right, so I'm going to put this all out. Oh, there we go. We're ready to go. Right then, so I'm going to put the back on and then log in and just get on with editing this video. And then it'll be off to pub, hopefully. Got the right screw bit in, yeah, there we go. So a little tip when tightening these screws up, don't tighten them all the way, just take it to until it's firm, go all the way around with all of them, and then when you've tightened them sufficiently, not too tight, just go tighten them like in opposing corners. So for example, so that's just, you know, just turn it until it stops on its own. Then when you've got all of them in, where's it gone? This is magnetic. Yeah, come on. There you go, you're in. In case you're interested, this little screwdriver kit got how many? 6, 12, 18, 24 bits of all various different sizes. I think I've used about 3 so far, but you know, better to have them than not, because you never know when you're going to need a strange little bit for something. Yeah, got it off eBay. I think it cost me about £2. Because I had to wait about a month for it to get to me, but you know, I wasn't in a hurry. I'm a patient man. Right then, so tightening up. So again, you don't want to do it, just do it until it's finger tight. Don't hurt yourself tightening, because you may want to reopen it, and if they're too tight to open, then you probably just end up damaging a screwdriver, or damaging the screws for that matter, which make it even harder to remove. Yeah, I'm waffling now. So anyway, that's how long it takes to replace a hard drive on a 2012 MacBook Pro. The modern ones, I understand that you really can't do that, or can you? Because they use a whole, this is the basic standard internal hard drive. A lot of the even slimmer MacBooks and other laptop computers, the really skinny ones, use an even smaller one. So basically the drive itself is, you know, you could fit 4 of them onto that. Solid state drives. They're all now tiny solid state drives, and and as I said, you could fit either 2 in that space or indeed 4 in that space. So yeah, imagine 4 500 gigabyte drives in that area. We've got 2 terabytes. I quite love go with that actually, because they're something that I may look into later on. But so we're now solid state drive. Let's see if this thing will work any quicker. Anyway, hope I didn't bore you too much. Thank you for listening. Big thank you to all my friends and stuff who sent me birthday wishes over there on that little Facebook site. I shall sign off now. Also, happy birthday to Pete. I forgot to wish you a birthday. His birthday was a couple of days ago. And of course, if I don't get to you, Taz, your birthday is coming up in a couple of days. Big happy birthday to you. Should have sent you a card, damn. Don't even know if I got your address. Anyway, big happy birthday to Taz, whose birthday's coming up in a day now. Yeah, it's back in the old days when she still lived in Manchester. We used to do a little, you know, just a little birthday date sort of thing. Just you know, go out and I'd go into Manchester. We'd have a little meal. Well, we had a little meal. Went to the cinema. We saw, what did we see? Oh yeah, is it Scott? What's his name? This comic book adaptation. Fun movie. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim. That's the one. Yeah, that's a fun movie. And then after that, turns out that that day, or rather, that period, that was around the time when Captain America was being filmed, and for some reason, parts of it were being filmed in Manchester on location. So I think Manchester was Manchester was the scene for the setting for the you know, pre-war areas. Because parts of Manchester look old, so that's basically why. And so the sets were still there. So after we, as I was on my way to the station, you know, we're just walking around, we saw the set. There was like trucks there, so that was interesting. Anyway, I'm waffling again. Anyway, thank you all. Big thank you for the birthday wishes. And so when I've done this, I'm gonna have a cup of tea, and then I'm off to the pub. Take care, everybody.